want to go to Hoth? Seriously? The day just keeps getting stranger. The shuttle is prepped and ready. Just waiting for clearance from the station controller to launch.
Never even heard of this planet before. What should I expect?
I hope you like ice. You've got your ice canyons, your ice plains, some ice mountains. Really? You ought to try to savor this delay. Every minute you're not freezing to death is a good one.
Great. I can scratch freeze to death on a desolate backwater planet off my to-do list.
That's the spirit. Before you forget, you'll need this cold weather equipment. If you're lucky, you won't use it much.
Everything checks out. You are cleared for launch.
You should check in with the commander at Auric Base when we land. He'll be able to tell you a lot more about Hoth.
You how happy I am to see just about anyone who's not in an Imperial uniform these days. Welcome to Auric Base. What's left of it. I'm Lieutenant Laskin. Did Republic Command send you? Did they get my distress signal?
I don't think your signal got through. The station seemed pretty calm.
You don't know? If you're not here to answer my distress call, I don't know what we're going to do. We can't hold out much longer. An explosion in one of the speeder hangars knocked out main power. Within seconds, we were under heavy Imperial fire. Our shields haven't switched to auxiliary power yet.
This base is just a giant target for another Imperial attack. You should retreat to a safer position.
I know, but I can't order an evacuation while we have people out of communication with the base. We still have men in the field on a critical mission. Or we did when we were attacked anyway. Between the Imperials and the cold. I don't have enough people for a search party. Please, if you could head out there. You're their only chance.
What makes you think they haven't already frozen to death?
I know it's a long shot, but the mission they were on is vital. They were headed out to check the long-range sensors. With those running again, we'd have some warning before another attack hit. If you reach them, give them these. Fresh weapons and supplies. And they might make it back. And thank you.
Am I seeing things? I didn't think there was anyone else left alive on this planet.
What's the word from Auric Base? There's nothing on the comm but static. I was starting to think they pulled out and left us.
Auric Base is in bad shape. They took heavy casualties, and they need all the help they can get.
See? I told you to stop being so negative. They didn't leave us. They're just nearly all dead.
Right. You're a model of optimism. What about our mission? We can't leave the sensors like this.
I thought you'd be anxious to get back to the base. Did I miss something?
We came out here to check the long-range sensors. They were damaged in the attack, but they're easily fixable.
If you can get to them. Which we obviously couldn't.
Without the sensors, Auric Base is blind. They won't have any warning the Empire is coming. If you can reach the arrays, you can bring them back online. There are a lot of Imperials in the area, though.
We'd better get moving if we're not gonna freeze to death. See you back at the base.
Made it. Welcome back. With the long-range sensors working again, it's starting to look like we might pull through this after all. It was a lucky day for us when you decided to come to Hoth. Those men owe you their lives. Thank you.
It's so hard to be humble, knowing how great I am.
Sir, a distress flare was just fired from the power relay.
That relay's the only reason we still have shields and heat. If the Talls defending it are being overrun.
Orders, Lieutenant?
I don't know.
Alright, what's the next step?
Please, go to the relay. If you can't hold off the Empire, send up a flare. We'll try to evacuate as much of the base as we can.
When they saw the distress flare, Auric Base thought you were about to be slaughtered.
It worked! When I got a transmission from the Talls, I thought it might have been a fluke. This is fantastic.
Lieutenant, we're receiving messages on all channels. Kresh Outpost is reporting in now.
We're not alone out here anymore. Oh, this is gonna be fabulous for morale.
Is there anything happening out there that I should know about?
Sir, I've picked up an urgent transmission from the Crescent Canyon facility. Putting it through now.
I'll admit, I didn't expect to find civilians on Hoth. Why would anyone choose to live here?
The Orderlands were the first people on Hoth. They came here as colonists. Their facility at Crescent Canyon has the best cold weather technology on Hoth. Technology that's now in Imperial hands.
Alright, what's the next step?
Try to reach Supervisor Aldo. He's in charge of the facility. Contact me once you found him. Good luck.
I gotta ask, have you ever actually convinced anyone with that line? Or are you just that optimistic?
Those who report Republic sympathizers will be rewarded. Those who harbor the anarchists in our midst will be punished. Which would you rather be?
Come on out. You're probably not going to get to see another hero up close, you know.
The Republic stole this planet from your people. The Empire will give it back to you, if you only let us.
We can't let him get away with it.
You're all alone out here. The Senate doesn't care what happens to the Outer Rim. Surrender, and you can leave Hoth alive.
Go, but the Empire hasn't won yet. There's still time to save your people if you're willing to try.
Thank goodness I got to you in time. You're walking into a trap. The Orderlands have betrayed us.
How could that be? It doesn't seem possible.
The Orderlands have cut a deal with the Empire. They get this facility in exchange for handing you over.
Well, I don't intend to be handed over. So how do we put a stop to this?
They're setting up an ambush, just a little further down the tunnel. If you hurry, you can catch them before they're ready. You've got to understand, I had no choice!
I don't have to listen to this load of garbage.
Please, just hear me out! The Republic is looking for some prototype that crashed here. The thing probably burned up in the atmosphere. We're never going to find it. With the Republic, the only way I leave Hoth is in a body bag. The Empire offered to ship me back to the core.
Is there a reason you're still jabbering at me?
What happens to me now?
I'll have someone come get you.
Wait, you're...
Lieutenant, you might want to keep a closer eye on your men. I've got Private Falk here.
Falk? What the... There's a strike team on its way. That's another one I owe you, I guess. Thanks.
You're leaving me on Hoth? Couldn't you just shoot me?
That's far enough. You must know by now that no backup is coming. You're all alone down here. Surrender your weapons and I'll see that you're returned to Republic space.
You won't last 2 seconds against me.
You are no doubt very resourceful to have survived this long, Spacer. But the odds are against you. Surely you understand that this conflict is pointless? Even if you save the base, those men will die here. One lost ship is worth more to the Republic than all the soldiers on this planet. They will never leave Hoth alive.
I think you might be overestimating how long this search will take.
Ah, optimism that flies in the face of reality. I'd forgotten what it looks like. Very well then. I'll make this quick and painless.
Fight!
I can't believe we stopped them in time.
That was so easy I fell asleep doing it.
The area's secure. Maybe you should let the lieutenant know the base isn't about to explode.
Welcome back. I can't thank you enough for this. We've got Private Falk in custody now. He'll be under guard until his court-martial. I still can't believe it. I just finished my report to Republic Command. General Ando wanted to speak with you when you returned.
As long as I get a haul jets out of here, fine.
Just a moment. Lieutenant Laskin to Republic Command? General, do you read me?
This is Ando, and you must be the spacer that Lieutenant Laskin has been telling me about. On behalf of the entire Republic, I commend you. Your actions have saved countless lives, not only on Hoth, but throughout the galaxy. Is there anything you'd like to say on this occasion?
If I hadn't come here, Auric Base would be a smoldering crater. The lieutenant should be stripped of his rank.
I have to admit, it was only good luck that you happened along. Lieutenant Laskin, you are hereby relieved of duty. You'll be leaving Auric Base on the next transport. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
I didn't ask to speak with you solely to offer congratulations, I'm afraid. We received a garbled transmission from Crash Outpost. We suspect the signal was being jammed. The only word we could make out was Chiss.
I might be able to do something.
I know we've asked a lot of you already. I assure you, the Republic knows how much she owes you for this. Good luck out there. Ando out.
Well, this is a surprise. You've got good timing. Normally I wouldn't expect anyone to come to this outpost, let alone a spacer. But we just got a break that could make this the hottest spot on Hoth. We got a message from one of the Chiss.
Say that again, in basic.
The Chiss are the Empire's best allies here on Hoth. This message is a phenomenal break of luck for us. Here, I'll let the transmission speak for itself.
Republic Outpost, do you copy? I'm under heavy fire and I haven't got much time. I've stolen a data disk of time-sensitive information from Imperial intelligence. I'm offering this to you in exchange for sanctuary. The Empire is hunting me. I don't know how long I can hold out. Send help and I'll give you whatever you want.
I got a bad feeling about this.
So do I. But if it's true, we haven't got much time before he and his data disk are gone. If we're going to act, we have to act fast.
You want me to go rescue him, I take it.
We don't have the manpower. If anyone is going to save him, it's gotta be you. The signal came from a crashed dropship not far from here. Be careful. Bring the Chiss back if you can. But if it does look like a trap, get out.
Turns out the blue guy was telling the truth. The Empire killed him. I found the data disk at least.
It's just as well. I'm not sure the men really wanted a Chiss hanging around here. The data disk is the critical thing. Let's get a look at it. Lieutenant, we need this decrypted.
Yes, sir. This is from Imperial Intelligence. It looks like it's a strategic assessment of the Ortolan geothermal power station. Maps, avenues of attack.
The geothermal station is currently held by the White Maw. If the Empire takes it from them, we're in trouble.
Exactly what will happen if the Empire's plan succeeds?
Capturing the power station would give the Empire a completely self-sufficient fortified base on our doorstep. They'd be able to launch attacks from there with impunity. We'd never drive them out.
There's not many problems a good blaster can't fix.
We don't have the manpower to defend that power station. Once you leave, the Empire could just take it. There's only one thing to do. Destroy it before they get there. Take these remote charges.
Time for a little mayhem.
It's not ideal, but we can't let the power station fall into Imperial hands.
Nobody mentioned there were civilians in here. At least you have your freedom. Go. Start over somewhere else. The Imperial Army will be here any second. You might want to take cover before they get here. They're probably waiting to hear from me now. I'd better get moving.
Just didn't pick up any explosions. Did something go wrong?
You forgot to mention there were innocent colonists in there. Defending them from the Imperial assault was something of a challenge.
You fought the Imperial Army? On your own? Are you serious? Remind me never to cross a spacer. Thank you. You've probably just saved the lives of half the soldiers on Hoth.
That was so easy I fell asleep doing it.
There are a lot of people on Hoth who could probably use your help. Listen, I know this is asking a lot, but we've lost contact with Lieutenant Kirill at 10th Outpost. I don't know what's happened there, but I suspect they're in trouble.
I conferred with every man in the platoon. Even if we sent everyone we have, we couldn't strike the Brotherhood effectively.
Then you see my point. A combined operation might have a chance. You didn't say you had visitors.
What are you doing here? We haven't seen a new face in weeks. How did you make it past the Hailstorm Raiders?
Somebody want to explain what's going on?
Captain Biron is here attempting to solve a mutual problem. A group of white mob pirates called the Hailstorm Brotherhood.
They are savages, frankly. Cultists and marauders from some other ice planet that came to Hoth to test their limits. They hunt and murder those who cannot survive in the cold as they do. Republic and Imperials alike.
What else do you know?
The Brotherhood don't dare attack us in our outposts, but they're devastating to anyone out on the ice. That means our supply convoys are constantly being intercepted. It won't be long before they starve us out. Captain Biron came with an offer, that we join forces long enough to defeat the Brotherhood.
You sure we can trust him?
Without help, our deaths are a certainty. Anything is better. What we need is for someone to bait a trap. If we fire a distress flare out on the ice, the Brotherhood will come running to attack.
When that happens, my squad can surround them and wipe them out. All the bait would need to do is last until they arrive.
Just so we're clear, I killed double-crossers.
I assure you, if I wanted to ambush the Republic, I've already had plenty of opportunity.
Here's the distress flare. Fire once if all is as planned. Twice if the Imperial help isn't enough. Good luck out there. The Brotherhood knows that ice better than their own backsides. I haven't seen that many dead Brotherhood since we first came to the planet.
Agreed. It was efficacious.
I'll assume that was the Imperial equivalent of enthusiasm, Captain.
It was. My scouts are in pursuit of the fleeing Brotherhood now. We'll see what they find.
Alright, what's the next step?
Now, we maintain our truce until we determine if our knockout blow was delivered. My scouts should report in at any moment.
Snow Raptor, this is Hatchling. Come in, Snow Raptor. Go ahead, Hatchling.
We spotted the remainder of the enemy force entering the ice fortress. Coordinates attached.
If the remainder of their force is grouping at the ice fortress, they've been badly hurt. It's time to finish them.
The captain's right. We're not gonna get this chance again.
I don't like the idea of taking out every last one.
I agree. It's not practical. We should aim to stop Master Sav. Without his leadership, the cult would be a disorganized mess.
Sav is a legend among the Brotherhood. We stranded him in the snow once, and left him for dead in Wampa country. He strangled one with a torn femur, and skinned it with his own claws. He showed up in the ice fortress weeks later, quite alive.
I'll remember that story next time I'm a Wampa.
The point is, Master Sav is not to be underestimated. We'll need you spearheading the attack on him, while we secure the fortress.
We will split into multiple squads, then meet up again in the audience hall. Be warned, the hall is a defensible area. They'll move the big guns there once they know we're attacking.
With all of us coming down on them, they're in for some bad times.
Undoubtedly. Meet with Sergeants Cacho and Enlicker inside the fortress. Their men will reinforce you as you push to the audience hall. Go quickly. Let's not give them time to get back on their feet.
Sergeant Enlicker reporting in, sir. We've received little resistance so far.
Sergeant Cacho reporting in, sir. You got here just in time for the fighting. These here are your unit. Straight on to the audience chamber. We'll fan out to intercept reinforcements.
Carry on, sergeants.
Right, taking point.
Sir, now that they're gone, do you seriously expect them to be allies?
Is there something I should be aware of?
I know two things. The first is, if an Imperial wants something, you better not let him have it. Second is, Captain Biron's commanding this outfit. I used to hear about him all the time, back when they had me captured. Yep, you're looking at a veteran here. They used to say Biron was masterful at the ambush.
You think he'll make his move soon?
He wants the fortress. Once they capture it, they're gonna take the turrets and turn them on us. The safe thing to do is, as soon as the Brotherhood is broken, take down Biron's men and grab him as a prisoner. It wouldn't take much. He's back at the base alone, and this lot will fold if we pull it on them surprise-like.
Let me get back to you.
Don't think too long. I'm gonna get ready. You just give me the signal when you need me. I'll go keep an eye on that sergeant. You take the boys here.
Isn't this a surprise? The Republic and Imperials all bound together. What's wrong? Getting cold? Need to share body heat?
I'll bet you say that to all the heroic spacers.
Your humor masks fear. Fear that one day, people will realize they need neither Empire nor Republic. And your death is one more step on the road to pure liberation.
Take the turrets and secure the perimeter.
All units, find an Imperial. Reinforce their positions with small arms. Move out. This is the time. Don't let them dig in.
Now.
Saw through the Imperial's ambush. Lieutenant Kirill will want to hear every detail.
Move a muscle, Captain Biron, and you will be shot. Take his weapon.
Is this how the Republic treats its allies? You have more in common with the Sith than you realize.
I had no knowledge of this plan, Captain, but once begun, it would be suicide not to follow it through in all its aspects.
Sergeant Cacho remembers you as a treacherous snake, Biron. Remember him?
Ah, so this is petty revenge.
It's more about not taking chances with dangerous opponents.
Dangerous? You tell yourself that. You honor nothing and reward betrayers, just as the Sith do.
Take him away, and gag him so he can't listen to the sound of his own voice. That was unpleasant. I never got the impression he was as sadistic as the other Imperials.
I delivered both the Hailstorm Brotherhood and the Imperials to you in one move. Appreciate it.
Indeed, thank you. Using our valuable captive, we can force concessions from the Imperials. With the casualties we inflicted on Biron's soldiers, his outpost is ready to be taken. This is quite a day for the Republic. Well, the Hailstorm Brotherhood's come to an end, and we have no other crisis breathing down our necks. I almost feel relaxed. Been an honor to serve with you. Be careful out there.
I was hoping we'd get someone with real guts. I'm Admiral Revald. The Zabrak with the sunny disposition is my chief engineer, Aram. Welcome to the best place on Hoth.
Shouldn't you be with the fleet?
I should be on the front lines. You see where we are? Take a good look around you. This is the turning point of the war. I don't know how much you've seen of the Republic presence on this snowball, but this is what it's all about. This isn't just a battle for Hoth. We went out here, and we've got the whole war with the Empire in the bag.
What makes this frozen wasteland worth fighting for?
Spread across that ice field is what's left of one of our capital ships. She was carrying a top-secret weapon prototype. The Null Cannon. It can fry all the machinery on a starship without giving the crew so much as a hangnail. With that weapon in our hands, we can push the Empire back to the unknown regions.
You wouldn't still be here if this were a simple salvage mission.
We found the wreckage. Trouble is, pirates got there first, snatched up several pieces of our prototype, striking from a hidden base. We've deployed the Tals and the infantry. They're taking heavy losses out there, and we're not any closer to getting the Null Cannon. We can't allow these thieving scum to leave Hoth with a weapon that can take out any starship in the galaxy.
One prototype coming up.
Sensors detect life forms in the nearby wreckage. The pirates may be making a grab for pieces of the Null Cannon's primary power core.
Keep an eye out for anything that will help us track the scum back to their lair. And contact me once all the fragments of the power core are secure. Go out there and bust some heads.
Core and a datapad with the location of the pirate hideout, Admiral. Anything else while I'm here?
You made quick work of that motherless space trash. Well done. Now our troops can take the fight to them.
I hate to interrupt, but the data suggests these components were from the ancillary, not main power core. That's bad.
Why can't things be easy, just once?
So, you probably don't want to hear that the pirates have probably completed the Null Cannon, then.
We can't leave our best weapon against the Empire in the hands of pirate scum. You'll have to go into their base after it. Hit those sons of Hutts before they know we're coming.
Do we know anything about the pirates or their operations that I can use?
That datapad puts the pirate base inside a huge system of ice caverns not far from here.
Half the scum in the galaxy will be in there. Chief Engineer Aram and a squad of Tals will be on your heels. Once the pirates are down, Aram will secure the Null Cannon for transport. It'll be the mother of all fights. Good luck.
Neither of us wants to get killed today, right? So why don't we talk this over?
Nobody else in this place has wanted to stop and chat.
My crew is a bit, overeager at times. I'll speak to them about it, I assure you. The survivors, anyway. It so happens that I can give you what you came for without any more of that unpleasant killing business. You want the Republic superweapon? Look around you. This hangar is filled with copies of it. One for every ship in our fleet.
That's very impressive, but it won't save your life.
I propose a trade. You leave here with the weapons, and we leave here with our lives. That's fair, don't you think?
Consider me signed on.
My people will...
Reinforcements have arrived!
I see. Stalling until your people were ready to attack.
We can still negotiate. No one has to get hurt.
Don't bother lying. I'm not a fool. Don't think we'll go quietly.
So that could have gone better.
Everything was under control until you barged in here.
I'll admit that probably just earned me Tauntaun cleanup duty for the next month. I'd better call in and report.
Aaron, that you? Heavy fire. It's a lot of interference. What status?
Sir, we have the null cannon, but there's been a complication.
What was the... breaking up? Secure for immediate...
Blast it! I can't get the signal back. Now what do we do?
I've done what I was sent here to do. This is all yours.
You can't leave me in charge of this. I'm not even an officer. The forces we have can just about hold this hangar long enough to get the prototype out of here, but the rest of these copies... The other pirates will get here soon, and once they have a weapon that can disable a capital ship, how many innocent people will die?
You got a brilliant plan, right?
The only way to keep the copies out of the pirates' hands is to overload the null cannon prototype. Wipe out everything in the hangar at once. The prototype would be fried, but I'd rather spend months fixing it than live knowing that even one of these copies was left behind.
You're right. We can't let even one of these copies fall into the wrong hands.
Stand back. That should do it. I'll go ahead and get the transport ready. I'll see you back at camp.
It's a shame about the prototype. Blasted pirates must have mucked it up.
It's already been shot, smashed, and frozen. I'm sure the null cannon can be repaired again.
It's a setback, but we'll recover. I'm not about to let one little explosion stand between us and victory. You've hit the Empire where it hurts today. I've already contacted Republic Command. They know what you've done for us here, and I'll make sure the Senate knows it too.
Will you be leaving Hoth immediately?
Soon. I don't have to tell you how much I'm looking forward to frying some Imperial starships. We'll have the null cannon up and running in no time. You ought to come back and see her in action.
It's going to take months, sir. Maybe a year.
Engineers, always predicting the worst. Mark my words, we will have that null cannon shooting Imperials out of the sky before you know it. You did good work here. If I had a dozen men like you, this war would be over already.